Okay, so as well as our while loop, we also have a do while loop. And this loop is extremely similar to the while loop, except one main difference is it checks the condition at the end of the statement. So with a while loop, we have while like this. We check at the start. With the do while loop, it's written like this: do, and then we have our block, and then we have while to end. So our condition is put here. And the reason this even exists is that the block will always be run the first time. So let's just create a variable called num, and we'll call that 1. Now do while num doesn't equal 1. Okay, so if we had this in a while loop, this here would not be echoed, because we'd say while num doesn't equal 1, echo something. Therefore it does equal 1, so it wouldn't be echoed, if that makes sense. In fact, what I'll do is I'll create the loop here just to show you. So while num doesn't equal 1, echo this, and let's change them to single quotes, and this will call that. Okay, so the basic concept of this is number does equal 1, or num does equal 1, the variable num. So while num doesn't equal 1, echo this, and then in this loop we want to say echo that while num doesn't equal 1. Now take a minute to think about which will be echoed. Will it be this or that? And the answer is it will be that, because this will always return false, because number does equal 1. So let's just refresh here, and you'll see that that is echoed. So you can see that this has automatically run, and then this has come into play and said, well, this equals false, so I'm not going to echo it anymore, or I'm not going to run my block anymore. But the main difference is this has already echoed out that before it does the check. So that's the main difference between the while and the do while loop. So an example with the do while loop could be we want to count from 1 to 10. So we can say now do something while number is smaller than 10, or smaller than equal to 10. So this is going to be executed in here as long as the number is smaller than equal to 10. So at the moment it echoes it lots and lots and lots and lots, because we haven't got anything to control the value. So that's not loaded at the moment because it's processing way too much. It is under 10, so this is going to repeat for infinity. But what we can do is we can say num plus plus. So now what's going to happen is the number equals 1. In fact, no, this can go underneath. I'll tell you why in a moment. Okay, so the number equals 1. We do this. This is always echoed. This is going to be echoed. We'll put a line break in there so we can keep track. This is always going to be echoed. It's going to echo once. Then we're going to add one on, which will make num equal to 2. And then this will keep incrementing round the loop until it is equal to 10. Or while it's smaller or equal to 10. So if we refresh now, we get a list of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 versions of this. Okay, so now obviously we can substitute in our num value, and this is going to start at 1 and it's going to finish at 10. So let's refresh. 1 to 10. So we've done essentially the same thing with the do while loop, but hopefully now you've understood the fundamental difference between the two and how they can be used and why they can be used. So we'll use this if we always want to echo out the block first of all. So that's the do while loop in PHP.